The first change is in your mind. If you don't believe you can reverse it, then it's never going to work. And that's what we changed about 9 to 10 years ago by actually starting to help people reverse their type 2 diabetes and then prove to their own doctors and people who didn't believe it that, hey, you can do it. We did this and their blood sugar levels would fall into place and they would go back to their doctors and then the doctors were forced to reduce their medication. But hey, Luke, can you really reverse type 2 diabetes? Well, back in the days, even 10 years ago, we were told that you couldn't. You would have to be on medication for a lifetime. But all of that changed about 9 to 10 years ago when we started to believe that, hey, why can't it get better? Type 1 diabetes, I understand, it's an autoimmune condition. You will have to be on insulin for a lifetime. Although in type 1, you can even make it better. You can reduce your insulin dependency. We have patients who have reduced their dependency and they're living a normal life, running marathons, swimming, from young kids to adults living with type 1 diabetes. But when it comes to type 2 diabetes, the first change is in your mind. If you don't believe you can reverse it, then it's never going to work. And that's what we changed about 9 to 10 years ago by actually starting to help people reverse their type 2 diabetes and then prove to their own doctors and people who didn't believe it that, hey, you can do it. We did this and their blood sugar levels would fall into place and they would go back to their doctors and their doctors were forced to reduce their medication and eventually stop their medication, because if they continued their medication on stable blood sugar levels, that could be absolutely dangerous and fatal for them. The number one thing to understand is we're going to get straight to solutions today. You do an HbA1c test, you do your fasting blood sugar, get all of that done, but get a HOMA-IR test, an HOMA-IR. This will help you look at insulin resistance. A lot of people have diabetes and a lot of people have insulin resistance. A lot of people don't yet have diabetes, but they start to have insulin resistance. But guess what? If you don't know that, it's going to become diabetes at some point. So first get the data right. It's not just about HbA1c. It's about your fasting blood sugar, your post, your pre, and then your HOMA-IR. You want to get these tests done. Now, we also have to understand that diabetes and high blood pressure, if not managed, will be the cause of your failing kidney, will be the cause of your chronic kidney disease. So if you are that person right now who has high blood pressure and you have diabetes, you have to be working with your doctor and your lifestyle to reduce this so it does not eventually damage your kidney. The last couple of months and years, we've seen immense amounts of CKD patients, chronic kidney disease, caused by diabetes and high blood pressure not managed well. Let's get straight to solutions. I told you there would be 5 steps. Okay, and under each of these steps, I'll break it down. Number 1, your nutrition. If you think I'm going to talk about apple cider vinegar and jamun and superfoods, I'm not talking about any of that. That's secondary. You can start to reverse your type 2 diabetes or make your sugar levels by only doing these couple of things that I'm talking about when it comes to nutrition. Number 1, eat your meals at the right time. If your breakfast is at 10, if your lunch is at 2 and your dinner is at 7, try to align to the same timings, give or take minus or plus 30 minutes every single day. This is part of circadian medicine. It is needed for your sugar levels. Number 2, late night meals is your biggest enemy when it comes to worsening diabetes and fasting blood sugar levels in the morning, which can be dangerous if not managed the right way. You want to try to keep at least a 3-hour gap between your last meal and your bedtime. And if you're feeling hungry towards bedtime, make your last meal a little bit heavier so that you do not feel hungry. Midnight snacking, late night meals is your number 1 enemy to drive you into a metabolic syndrome. Chew your food and eat slow. You will better manage your own production of insulin levels. Eat slowly. Do not eat when you're stressed. If you're stressed and angry right now, calm down, take a couple of deep breaths or eat later. But do not eat when you're stressed. Follow the flow. What is the UCARE flow for eating? This is if you have diabetes, pre-diabetes, or you just want to be healthy. When you look at your plate, you eat the raws first. Your salad or your cucumber or your carrots, eat the raw first, then your vegetables. Then you eat your protein, and then you eat the carbohydrates. But what if your protein is the combination of beans and rice or dal and rice? Still doesn't matter. You eat the raw first, you eat your veggies second, and then maybe you'll have a couple of spoons of beans or your paneer or whatever's on your plate, and then you'll eat the rice and the dal, etc., etc. Flow is extremely important to maintain the integrity of your blood sugar levels. Number 5, look at your plate. More important, it is important what you eat, but more important is how your plate looks. You want to have more vegetables, you want to have more protein, and the carbs that are your grains, you will have them, but they will be minimum. That is how your plate has to look if you want to start reversing your diabetes. If you want to start losing body fat, which is important for reversing your diabetes. Look at your plate. I'm not telling you to go no carb. I'm not telling you to go low carb. When I look at my plate, I have more protein, I have more vegetables, I have my fats, and my carbs are there, but it's the minimum. Never have your fruits on an empty stomach if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic or you have insulin resistance. If you have insulin resistance, you want to get an ultrasound of your liver and check if you have a fatty liver. That's extremely important as well. Then, junk and ultra-processed food will make your diabetes worse. Junk and ultra-processed food will cause your diabetes if you don't have it. So eat it, but that's 5 to 10% of your week. 90% of your food comes from nature, real food. The balance, you can have your snacks according to your blood sugar levels and according to your taste. But keep that ratio going. Let's come into the next point. Exercise, it's a no-brainer. You're sedentary, you will have diabetes and your diabetes will get worse. The workouts that you're looking at are gentle cardio and alternate day strength training. The more you train and challenge muscle, the higher are the chances of a complete reversal of type 2 diabetes. So you do your strength training, you do your cardio, your strength training and cardio. If you don't know how to strength train, get a personal trainer, learn from someone, and then do it on your own. It doesn't have to be going to a gym. You can use your body weight at home to challenge muscle. You can use resistance bands, you can do Pilates, your cardio could be swimming, dancing, walking, jogging, running, that's up to you. But you want to get into a consistent schedule of cardio, strength training, rest, cardio, strength training, rest, repeat. And you got to be consistent with this. You don't have an hour, do 30 minutes. You don't have 30 minutes, do 15 minutes. But something is better than nothing. Because every bit of body fat that you lose, your blood sugar levels will start to come down. Now don't try to jump on these fad trends and these weight loss plans that starve you and deprive you, because mostly what you're losing is water, muscle, which you need to reverse your type 2 diabetes, and a lot of your bone density. If you are losing weight, do it the right way. You want to burn body fat, inches. More than the scale, you want to look at inches. Get a measuring tape. Are your clothes fitting you better? Are they getting looser? You're losing inches, you are losing body fat. The scale can lie to you. You could be losing muscle, you could be losing water, you could be losing bone density, and the weighing scale's coming down, but your diabetes and your blood sugar levels are not budging at all. Let's come to the next one, sleep. If you are sleep deprived consistently, your blood sugar levels will go higher and higher. Your chances of cardiac events will also increase. Sleep deprivation and your blood sugar levels are directly connected with each other. The nights you sleep better, you sleep deeper, your blood sugar levels are going to behave. Your cravings will be much more manageable than on a sleep-deprived morning where you crave carbs and sugar. Sleep is extremely important. Sleep consistency is important. So if your bedtime is 11, go to bed at 11. If your wake-up time is 6, wake up at 6. No matter what, follow that schedule. Weekends may go a little haywire, but come back on track. If your bedtime is 10 and your wake-up time is 6, then go to bed at 10 and wake up at 6. At least 6 out of 7 days in a week. This is called sleep consistency. By working on sleep consistency, the depth of your sleep will overall and eventually increase, your REMs and non-REMs, which is critical to your blood sugar levels as well. So sleep is a no-brainer. I have so many people getting fitter, losing weight, eating well, exercising, but they're sleep deprived and their blood sugar levels are getting worse. All right, so that's it on sleep. Chronic stress. If you get stressed right now and it stays for 1, 2, 3 hours, your blood sugar levels will also rise. If that cycle continues because you've made your life stressful or you don't know how to manage your stress, you don't know what to accept, what to let go of, you don't know what to be in control of, what to let go of, you're living in chronic stress, your blood sugar levels are high, your doctor is only going to increase your medication. To sleep deeper, you need to manage your stress levels. So chronic stress and managing stress is a critical part. Now, whether that's meditation, changing relationships, building new relationships, learning how to say no, drawing your boundaries, whatever it is, that is your responsibility. You can explore that further, find a counselor, find someone who can help you calm down, connections with nature, whatever it is that works for you, but you get the point. The last point, connect more with nature. If you are waking up every morning and looking at your phone, the first thing that you do, you are affecting your blood sugar levels and a whole load of other hormonal functions in the body. Connect with nature. The moment you wake up in the morning, say your prayers in bed, do your gratitude, whatever it is, get out, walk to your window, balcony, garden, connect with natural light. Doesn't have to be a sun, could be natural light. 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, through your eyes, on your skin. And if you can make time for the evening sunset, 10 minutes before the sun sets, get that light into your eyes, onto your skin. There is a tremendous hormonal balance that's going to happen. I keep saying hormones, but remember, insulin is a hormone. Thyroxine is a hormone. So when you have a thyroid problem or diabetes, you have a hormonal imbalance, either too much or too little. So these are the steps, and I promise you, we've got now 1,000+ patients, young kids, elderly, senior citizens, the youth, who no longer have type 2 diabetes. And these are the steps that they have followed. Of course, you can get specific with your foods and etc., but I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk about getting the fundamentals right. If you start putting in these little fundamentals that, hey, I'm going to try to get this a little bit better, I guarantee you, you are looking at your blood sugar levels starting to stabilize, and eventually your doctor stopping your medication because you no longer need them. This is simplicity. Complication now is, oh, Luke, no, I want a superfood. How do I compare this? How do I add this? No, that's complication. That is complication. CGM monitor is great for the first 14 days to help you decide what works for you and doesn't work for you. After that, it is pure discipline and consistency and maintaining all these fundamentals I spoke about. You can have the best nutrition and still have diabetes. You can have the worst nutrition, but your exercise, your sleep, and your, everything else is so good, and your sugar levels start to fall down. You see, the human body works as a whole. Everything is interconnected. You can't just look at nutrition alone or look at medicine alone. Everything has to work together. If you are that person who was on one diabetic medication and today your doctors put you on the second and even on the third, there's only one thing that your body's telling you. You have not worked with the fundamentals. How much more medication is your doctor going to tell you? To give you. You can take all the Mounjaro and Ozempic in the world. You can be the guinea pig for all the new side effects that's going to come. I'm not intending to put fear in, but understand that. If you need it, you need it. If you're looking at it as a shortcut, you've lost the game. Because Mounjaro and Ozempic doesn't teach you how to behave around food. Ozempic and Mounjaro doesn't motivate you, inspire you to work out consistently or sleep better or look after your stress levels. Once your doctor can no longer give you Ozempic and Mounjaro, guess what happens? All the weight comes back and more, and now you're depressed. Because don't forget of all the compliments that you got when the Mounjaro worked and you started losing weight. And now we have people who will not even step out in society because they're ashamed. There are no shortcuts in life. Those drugs are great for a small population that really, really needs it. For everyone else, it will always be back to discipline, back to consistency, and back to the fundamentals. Have a great day, everyone.